Sunday Sharpe, do 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 do. Sunday Sharpe, do 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 do. Sunday Sharpe, do 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 do. Ah, hello, hello, hello. Greetings, welcome, willkommen, bienvenue, hola, ciao, all the others. Oh dear, we've got about 8,000. Okay, all the YouTube notifications all came through at once. G'day, Mark. Yeah, Baron of Bunyips and Yeet of Yowies. I hope all is well with you, sir. And I hope your substrate is mostly carbon with a smidge of both sulfur and saltpeter. A joke most won't get. Don't know how to make black powder. Anyway, that's just us here. Well, me and both your accounts, it looks like. We'll get started. So I hope you had a good week. Hope Australia Day was as enjoyable a day as it can be. I'm honestly not too sure how it's celebrated really, but generally anyone who gets away from the UK celebrates quite well. They enjoy not being, well, you know, a colony, as it were. Yes, it works in the Snyder and the Martini Henry. Of course it will. Also works for injuring Sharpie feet as well. Big shrimping. G'day, you bloody wankers. Oh dear, Silver Creek's favourite person is here. And me. Wow. How you doing? Hi ho, Silver. And Ricky De Hoyos. Oh, a bloody Ricky person again. He's doing the test. Yeah. You have to test. Check for cancers. Yeah, we're not just playing pocket billiards. We are actually checking for lumps. Oh, I'm not your favourite. I ain't got the boobs. I have the hair, but I ain't got the boobs. And I've got the hair in places you don't want it. And yes, I did actually have a shave this morning as well. First time for 2 weeks. Yes, I was starting to look like Santa Claus. Thankfully, it's not too cold at the moment, so I've not noticed it on my face. That's always an issue. If you've got a beard and you shave when it's cold, your face gets really cold really fast. Also, another reason I've not had a haircut, because I guarantee if I get my hair cut, the weather will turn cold again. It's just got warm. So by warm, I mean single digits rather than negative single digits. So how's the week been? Yeah, usual. Pretty much. Water changes, watching fishies, watching YouTube, working, sleeping, eating, having wind. So, all normal. Well, it was all going normally until Wednesday afternoon. Howdy, Jamie. Until Wednesday afternoon when at the building site just down the road from where I work, they decided to get a JCB or backhoe, whatever you call it, wherever you are, big diggery thing. Oh, thank you very much, Ricky. Bloody De Hoyos fella throwing money at me again. Sorry, I ain't going to strip for you, matey. Thank you very much, nonetheless. Yeah, they decided to put the backhoe, the digger, straight through our phone lines and fibre internet cable. So, since Wednesday afternoon, we've been old school. Hey, Scotty, how you doing? So, yes, none of the computer systems working. The handheld bleepy guns aren't working. the card machines aren't working. JCB is the company that makes them. I can't remember what it's an acronym for, but yeah, backhoe, digger, JCB. Um, hence why when I had a pair of vampire shrimp before my bite decided to eat them, they were called JC and B because they're like little bulldozers going around the tank. But, yeah. So yes, so we've not had any phone or anything at work since Wednesday, so that's been fun. Having to introduce 20-something-year-olds to the old school method of how you use a credit card. Yeah, remember paper things, 3 or 4 layers, you put it in with the card and crunch, crunch. Yeah, having to use one of those. Yeah, like cyclone fence, but yeah, just chain link. Yeah, like people call it a vacuum cleaner a Hoover, or a handheld mini power tool. They call it a Dremel, even though there's dozens of manufacturers. Yeah, same thing. Um, and Garcia's here as well. How you doing, Garcia? Hope all is well with you. Hope you're not collecting and delivering clothes right now. And Tim's here. Timmy! And the Lord of the Underworld. And Yella's here as well. You're not late. You're just fashionably late. It's just everyone else is early. That's all it is. Don't worry about it. It's my fault. I forgot to bang on the back door. For all of you that don't know, Yella actually lives in my back garden. Him and the Japanese sniper from World War II are out there. And lovely Holly. Hello, my dear. How are you? As I bend over and pick up my back eating. We got all the cool people here. I'm just waiting for Yella to have a son, because then they will be son of Sam. And I know I shouldn't make that joke, but you know, if anyone's going to make serial killer jokes, it's going to be me, isn't it? Let's be honest. Hey, I share a name with one too. Well, not a serial killer, but spree murderer, whatever the correct term is. Mr. Sturleson will be familiar, no doubt, with the story, as it was an Australian thing. And the reason why I get grief when I play online, well, under my old profile, because my old Xbox Live profile was my name, because that's how long I've had one. And yes, lots of the Aussie gamers thought I was making a bad joke, but I wasn't. Just happened to have the same name. Yeah. I share a name with murderers and necromancers, apparently, so yeah, not a lot I can do about that. Serial killer, yes. Someone who eats an entire box of Cheerios in one sitting. Or in my case, Shreddies. You can't beat Shreddies. Actually, frosted Shreddies are even better. So you don't even have to add the sugar, then you just fill the bowl up with Shreddies, pour in a bunch of full fat milk, and job done. Then you have to wait half an hour for it to warm up enough so your teeth don't hurt. But as I'm sure you're aware, this is more like my usual breakfast. Ciggy and an energy drink. Sharpe is a crank-addicted cannibal that dabbles in vampirism and necromancy. Well, I'm not addicted to any drugs anymore, apart from yeah, the vampirism and necromancy I'd give a go, surely. Also addicted to wind. And I'm not sure what's going on with a lot. I think it's because I cleaned the camera lens that it's now struggling with colours. Well, it might just be that the t-shirt is new and not faded. And I washed my hair, so that's got really dark as well. So yeah, that's what's going on. I'm only looking with spirits because I am one. Oh yeah, I'm a ghost. I'm a figment of your imagination, you absolute sickos. I'm sorry if people that will add a few dead. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've heard of lay back and think of England, but geez, you do kind of understand why some people do veer towards necromancy, get more movement. Might even get the odd moan as you push some gas out of them. Holy Flame, I always read that story on the Sharpe novel. Yeah, see? That's why my name isn't popular in Australia. Oh, at least if I'm going to, at least, if I do go murdery, then I can claim I'm possessed by my namesake. Might get away with an insanity charge. Hello, John. Long time no see. How you doing? As the background might show, there's not a lot of modelling going on anymore. Um, just, and something's definitely on the skew with because that camera is definitely not straight, is it? Let's have an adjustment. Is it that way? No, it's that way. Uh, uh, let's stick a pack of fish food underneath the laptop, see if that helps. Nah, it's not good. All right, camera's on the heart. Deal with it. You just confuse people. Either that or all the tanks are on the hut and I'm sitting upright. Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling. How you doing, Dan? Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're having fun last night with the quiz on Aquarium Daily with Andrew and Jeff and Tim and Tara and yeah, I'm crap with names, so apologies to those I missed. Yeah, I'm all right. It's just every other bugger. Um, yeah. When you're having to train your manager how to use the old credit card machines at work because you've got no internet, that's fun. When they look at the crunch machine and they don't even know what it is. And then the joys of they put a card through it that isn't embossed, and you go, you're going to need to write all the card numbers on that because they're not going to come out. Yes. I haven't touched model in about 6 months now. Ooh. Yeah, probably longer. I don't think I've touched one since I started working again. Which was back into June last year. So there's still 2 unfinished kits on the bench. But the bench isn't going anywhere. It'll stay there. I might have to blow the dust off of them before I restart. One being a Saab Draken, the other being a Polish mobile artillery piece. Ooh, pardon me. Yeah, I know. Shock. It's not a Russian tank. I figured I'd probably best avoid trying to build Russian tanks right now. I guess as we were saying, if he's not there yet, and if you haven't anyway, do it. If you're not subscribed, please go and subscribe to Silver Creek Aquatics and Mike's Aquatics and all the other peoples that are here. Tommy Silver is very close to 1,000, and let's see if we can get him there. Although I think everyone here is probably already thubbed. I'm sure someone will drop a linky poo in a moment. How you doing, Mikey? Hope all is well. At least on the improve. Let's put it that way. Super close. It's been kind of amusing watching everyone else gradually catch me up and overtake me. So good on you. Good sucks and bad sucks. It's a pleco. It sucks. That's what they do. 8 away. Oh dear. 8 away. Ooh, good sucks, yes. Kind of sucks we enjoy. That kind of sucks. Yes, as promised in the Aquarium Daily stream, there are at least 600 bristle noses behind me. Howdy, Clark, and obviously Jeremy. No, I'm not going to sing that. You're okay, Jeremy. I'm not going to keep doing that joke. Yeah, but this sucks pays the bills. The one you're talking about costs money usually. Like the 90s where everything meant the opposite. Yeah. Try explaining the 90s to millennials. That's really interesting. Especially musically. We go, oh yeah, we didn't have any of the computery stuff. It was all done, properly. The singist could actually sing that live. All done in one take. But Jeremiah was a bullfrog. Born in 85, I'm technically a millennial because you didn't grow up till 2000. Is that what you're saying? I'm Gen X, so Speaking of millennials, sorry. Hello, Rebecca. How you doing? If there's anyone I wouldn't actually class as a millennial. See, you type big ass range, and my mind goes to just a mountain range is just butts, just nicely rounded mountain tops. I'm gonna start at E3. At least according to boomers. Yeah, well, I'm 76, so writing my talk for the Catfish Society in March, thinking of a good title for a talk on catfish skeletons. It's a mountain you'd eat, Jeremy, not climb. Them bones is too obvious. I'm sure we'll come up with something. Half millennial, half Gen Z. Yeah, we'll go with Gen Z because what's wrong with boomers? Especially boomers that own boomers. Things that go boom when you pull a trigger. Best not to upset them. Um, yeah. I love the word boomers because it accurately describes some of them. Yeah, tend to blow up at the slightest possible provocation. And also, if you aren't, there's a good one to subscribe to. Subscribe to everyone that's in the chat. They're all wonderful people that make wonderful videos. 46, you look fantastic for 60. Thank you. The only reason the hair hasn't all gone grey is because the grey ones keep falling out. Explicit content warnings. No, that's just typical. You got to blame for that one, Jeremy. Yeah, that was all down to. Yeah, that was all down to Mrs. Gore. Getting all upset about rock music actually having something to say and not necessarily saying it in the most polite and Christian way possible. You know, because sometimes if you've got a point to make, you have to get it across. Yeah, it was a Tipper Gore who campaigned to get the "Buy Me Now" stickers on the records, the parental advisory explicit content. Yeah. She thought that would mean that people will be put off, young people will be put off of buying this music if it has a sticker on it that says it has adult content or is explicit lyrics. No, that's a buy me now. Boomer parents jumped on that. Yeah, but I listened to the Beatles and they were so friggin' high I had to get Ringo down off the ceiling. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Tommy. Yes. That's why I'd buy the cassettes and CDs. They had the warning that they were going to have swear words on them. It's like, ooh, swearies, must buy. Weirdly enough, a lot of Cradle of Filth records didn't have the warning on. Despite the lyrical content, I think it's probably because people couldn't understand what Danny Filth was singing. I mean, I could, because I listened to it. Music and video games are the cause of the downfall of our precious society. Yeah, if the music was banned on the radio, you had to buy the record. Video games rated M for must buy. Over here, video games are rated the same as movies, so you get U for Universal. So I think Mario Kart. Actually, no, I think Mario Kart's a PG because of the violence. Yeah, Universal, PG, 12, 15, and 18. Pull yourself up by the bootstraps. Yeah. Yeah, the original Mario Kart on the NES, the NES. Was it the NES? Or was it the SNES? Can't remember now. No, I think the Mario Kart was originally on the SNES, wasn't it? You needed more buttons than the NES controller had. Or the Super Famicom, depending on which part of the world you're from. Or the Nintendo Entertainment System. Yeah, I preferred the SNES version. G, PG, PG-13, R, and C-17. I only ever played Mario Kart on the way, exactly. Did I ever have a Dreamcast? No, I wasn't a Sega fan. SNES originally, but I mean, I had a SNES, but after that, I didn't personally own any Nintendo system. I don't think I ever owned a Sega system at all. Because the PS1 came out, and then I decided I didn't want to play cutesy, cartoony kind of games anymore. And then the Xbox came out. And I remember being proud to watch 18 movies in the cinema. Trying to think what the first 18 rated movie I saw in the cinema was. Probably something like The Crow. So probably 16 or 17, I think. N64, GoldenEye. Now, GoldenEye was an awesome game. I mean, I never bought the system for the one game, but yeah, the old was it the bunker? It was a 7-yard bunker deathmatch and switches at prox mines only. That was always fun. Spawn die. Trying to find The Crow second hand. I think I've got 3 copies of 3 different versions of it on DVD, one on Blu-ray. I did have it on VHS as well. Got the T-shirt and the soundtrack. The soundtrack's on cassette tape. GoldenEye, 280s, but not as bad as Highlander was awesome. With Sean Connery in his wonderful Spanish accent. Almost as good as his Russian accent in Hunt for Red October. Here's a shorter fella. Oh, Odd Job. Yeah, Odd Job. Yeah. Yeah, we banned using Odd Job because it's too easy to hide. Oh, the Hellraiser movies were great. The first sort of half dozen were, then they started getting really bad. Speaking of forest, and the original N64 Pikachu, oh dear. And Tapper Tom's here, the Mad Mower himself. Ladder monkey today, chain of lunch atop a palm tree. Much better than being a dirty grass rat. Yeah, Spanish accent because Sean Connery was supposed to be Spanish in Highlander. But he just spoke in the same accent as he used for James Bond in every movie. Yeah, the only downsides of being a ladder monkey, Tom, are it hurts a lot more if you fall off, and if it starts raining or thundering and lightning, which is highly likely, you're going to get wet. Hellraiser are good. I've not seen the new one now. Is it a new one or is it a remake? Because I'm sorry, but there's only one Pinhead. If we're going shooters on PlayStation, you've got to go to PlayStation 2 Time Splitters. Time Splitters was the bomb. That made GoldenEye look pants. Watched the new Hellboy and it was bad. Why am I not surprised? Yeah, a new one, not a remake. So what's Doug Bradley look like now? He got he's got to be in his 80s. I think they made Pinhead a lady. Well, there were female Cenobites in the earlier ones, so doable. And ladies in tight-fitting leather always look better. Pardon me. Oh dear. That garlic bread and quiche I had yesterday coming through. Building a retro console for the kids. Should be able to have 650 games on it. And that girl becomes a Cenobite in the comics. I think so, if I remember rightly. Been a long time. I read spoilers before I watch anything. Sometimes it can be a good idea. At least it means you're not that annoying person, we'll say. Both genders do it. Why is he doing that? What's happening? Pay attention. Just watch. It will be explained. Unless it's a really bad movie and they don't explain anything. You've got to figure it out yourself. Yeah, there are plenty of really low budget movies like that. Brandon Tenold, he does all the reviews of the really bad cult movies, some of which are just so bad they're good. Don't forget to feed the birdies. Definitely not. Don't forget to feed the birds. Yeah, and as I say, if it's got a really dull plot that's been done 3 million times before, usually it's not worth watching the movie because you've basically seen it. They just changed the character names. Birds aren't real. Yeah, they come from Australia, Jeremy. Hello, Steph. How you doing? Hope all is well. Yeah, birds are from Australia, and neither of them exist apparently. According to some people. Probably the same people think that the Earth is the only planet that is flat, and all the others are spheroid. Or that jet airliners are spraying chemicals out of the tips of their wings and tailplanes. Yeah. Heard Aussie chicks are cute. They certainly can be. Same as any nationalities, ladies can be cute. Bird poo seems yeah, that's generally the proof, Tom. If you get pooped on by something, it's real. And if you've ever been pooped on by a parrot, Jesus, is that hot. Gulls, exactly. Yes, we don't do gulls around here. Gulls are murderous evil things. They kill cats. Brr. Yeah. So as a seagull is the reason we only got pictures of this dude now. Oh, poor little buddy. Yeah, and Dan don't like gulls either. But Dan won't try to eat the baby gulls, so Dan just didn't have food, so he got attacked. He now wears a hard hat whenever he goes out. Very annoyed with birds. 20 seconds from home. One massive lump in the middle of the screen. Parrot? Pigeon? Usually a pigeon or dove if it wallops the windscreen. Hopefully the windscreen didn't break. Cheapskate and the rain cleaned it eventually. Why pay for someone to clean your car when the rain does it for you? I guess it popped then. Yeah, I had similar happen to me, but I was riding a motorbike. And it didn't hit a windscreen or a fairing. It hit me straight in the chest. Sorted. Smashed right into the brain case. Yeah, you see if you can get them arrested for that, Dan. That's, God knows, does wonders. Only if you've got a garden and an outside tap, which not necessarily every home in the UK has. Air rifles are legal and goals aren't protected. Correct. A sub 12 foot-pound air rifle is legal. You don't need a license for it. And no goals aren't protected. People do tend to get upset though if you start firing air rifles in public. Police might be called. And yes, I've been shot with a 22 air rifle and it hurts. I've also been shot with a 177 air rifle and air pistol. Well, the 177 Crossman was an accident. Seagull Gatling gun, that all right. A Gatling gun that fires seagulls, that'd be cool. That'd be forget all your smart munitions, just a big old Gatling cannon that fires seagulls out of it. Yeah. No need to invade the country, just fire thousands of seagulls at them. Sorted. 177 air rifles, the reason I have to wear glasses. No, I already wore glasses. That's a newish scar, but it hit me in about the same area. We were just dicking about, pumping up the Crossman and firing at each other. Nothing loaded. Clunk, 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 clunk. Someone else will get it. Pump, pump. So I went pump at the side of my head, and something came flying out the end of the barrel and cracked me in the skull. Looking at the big air rifles for tree rats. Still, I mean, for a tree rat, 2-2 will easily do it. A 177 would be better. Use that BB gun. Back in the creek, I caught a ricochet. Yeah, that's, yeah. Got a ricochet right to the highball. Not pleasant. And I think the worst things I go into my eyes have been broken glass, but that's what happens when you wear glasses and someone punches you in the face. Oh, the Roman candles, yes. Back when vacuum cleaners had metal tubes, yeah, plug one end of the tube up the mud, and then drop the rocket or the Roman candle down it, and don't like guns at all. Part of the trend of whatever the army uses, which will be the LA-E3A7 now. And then tank gun things will be a 120mm smooth bore, mostly firing fin stabilized discarding sabot ammunition, FSDS. Or the depending on the tank, probably a 30 or a 50 cal on the roof. I think that is like a machine gun. Yes, a 30 or a 50 cal, basically World War I technology. Forget when. 17 BB lodged in the stomach muscle, said it passed through the muscle and do more damage digging it out. It's still in there, Dalek. Dalek eyepiece, that one. Yep. That would be the coax machine gun. Sounds like our family's bottle rocket was, yeah, we had to do it. Yeah, so, yeah. Steve's got a pellet lodged in his belly. I think all the shrapnel's out the bottom of my foot now. Hello, Adele, talking about cute Aussie ladies. How you doing, my dear? Now I worry about it flying out when I get away from the magnet. Well, that's one way of getting it out. Uh-oh, 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 tonk. Whoops. I'm at 12, definite fine. Yeah, it's one of those things, eyes don't really heal that well. Very sensitive, delicate parts of us. And unlike sharks, we don't have a nictitating membrane to cover them up. And we see the video of dude who got shot and his body pushed out after. I've not seen that, but I can imagine it happening. As time goes by, it just sort of works its way out. Yeah, and eyes are difficult for surgery. Well, you know, they're small. And a small mistake means blindness. So, yeah. It's a... Plus, they like to have you awake when they do it, which I really wouldn't. And it's bad enough being awake getting surgery when you can like look away and not see what they're doing if you want to. But when it's happening on your eye, you see it all. Thanks. Not tempted by light. Me, nah. My eyesight is actually getting better as I get older, weirdly enough. Steve's uncle took a 38 to the chest, close to the heart, and they left it in there. Yeah, there's no need to take it out. The body will soon encapsulate it, and it won't be a problem as long as it doesn't move. Yeah. Horror movies about eye surgeries. We got to watch her mum have eye surgery. That's kind of grim. Although watching it happen to someone else is probably far nicer than watching it happen to yourself. Yeah, intensive eye surgery is not a forever fix. Yeah, that is what they forget to tell you in all the adverts. That it doesn't last forever. And once you had it done, you have to keep having it done. Would you rather his movie? Oh, I can't remember the name of the movie. It might be one of the Evil Deads, where a big splinter of wood flies across the room and just goes straight into someone's eye, and the eyeball pops. That was a good one. Might have been Evil Dead. Can't remember. I've watched so many horror movies over the years. Yeah. I've probably seen more horror movies than a lot of people realise exist. I remember once when someone asked me how many DVDs I had, and I went around about 1,000. You can't. There's not that many films. Really? Okay. If you want to watch a movie with really good physical body effects, The Raid 2. That double claw hammer scene is awesome. Well, surprisingly, we've lasted. You're still young, Rebecca. Jeez, assumed I'd need glasses by now. Eye test and driving test rather difficult when you're dyslexic. Yeah, it's a lot easier if you're Polish though, because it's actually someone's surname. Sorry, bad joke. It lays right on over my 60s, so I'm dead by the time it wears off. Yeah, there's that. I'm just so used to wearing glasses now because I've been doing it for 38 years that it would feel weird not wearing them. Plus, I'd look really weird as well. I mean, me without. Can you say serial killer? Something out of a horror movie? Yeah, we all have a unique outlook on life, Jeremy. That's why we're all different. And mine is that I'm going to die at some point, so I may as well die of something I enjoy. Is it not scary waking up and not being able to see much? No, because literally the glasses are within arm's reach, so it's just like I'm awake, the glasses go on. Yeah, I literally go by the side of the bed on the cabinet, or if I'm sleeping on the floor downstairs, on the sofa, usually on top of the TV remote. You can't see the bad stuff coming in, not to be scared. Yeah, so for me, anything past sort of there-ish without my glasses is a complete blur. Someone's 6 feet, any more than 6 feet away, I can't recognise people without my glasses on. And yes, that is a real pinky nail. I just haven't got around to cutting it. Mostly because the ladies at work who have their fake nails find it really upsetting that I can grow longer nails naturally than they can. Well, how do you just leave them and they grow? Well, that one did snap off somewhere at work. So somewhere at work there is a long fingernail just lurking, ready to pounce on somebody. Another blur. Is she hot? Never understand how fake nail people work with fishes or animals. I never understand how they work in general. You see the trouble I have just typing. Adele's got astigmatism in both eyes and everything's kind of blurry. I need special glasses to drive. The one's for Farsight, I would guess. No, not Farsight, the Nintendo game. So they glue them on basically with super glue. Hello, Marit. How are you, my darling? Good to see you. Yeah, I've never bitten my nails. I'm not bite the hangnails, bits of skin that come up down the side, but Tommy's nails never long. Yeah, they just grow. I just leave them and they get long. I'm all right, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the game. Yeah, mine usually snap off when they get about ½ inch past the end of my fingers if I don't cut them beforehand. Oh dear, what happened, Marit? Was it a referee or an umpire? Referee, yeah, referee. Yeah, exactly. How do they wipe their butt? And what part of fish you use to make lipstick? You see, I kind of got that right. As I said, whatever it is that causes the iridescence, which is the scales, I just thought they maybe, extracted something rather than just ground up the scales. I thought it was, yeah. It's a tail will break off at a certain length. A ref that didn't work at all. Oh dear. I hope you all stood there in a crowd chanting in Norwegian, "The referee's a wanker." What we used to at football, still do. 40,000 people shouting that at you. They get the pointed vampire nails. Yeah. And it's not just the butt that women wipe, Jeremy. They wipe both entrances or exits. It shows where my mind normally goes when I think about these things. Yeah, so yeah. I'm careful when I'm wiping. You know, Rebecca's off to have dinner on that wonderful note. Enjoy your din-dins, Rebecca. Fill that belly up. Lots and lots of foodies. Yes. Yeah, I really don't know how they do manage. I mean, some of them you see, like literally the nails are like 3 inches long, and it's like, how do you even pick things up? It's more of a, yeah, no. Our player's got tackled and oh, oh dear. Okay, so the referee was blind. Back to previous conversation of people needing glasses. Don't get how they text without speech to text. Yeah, they have to because damn auto carrot. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, even when my thumbnails get a bit long, I find it difficult to type on a phone or on a tablet. I'm on an actual keyboard, it's not a problem because you just adjust your fingers back however long your fingernails are and you still hit the right buttons. Sounds a bit weird. It's all click, 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 click as the nails hit the keys rather than the sound of fingers hitting the keys, but yeah. And yes, when I was younger and in my gothy industrial phase, I did paint my nails. So it's actually no, they ain't saying it in public. Vampire nail girls are wild. Ooh, it must have been bad if Chris lost his temper. Well, sending Chris a fist bump. Unfortunately, I'm well used to referees messing things up. I remember a game of football. I forget who we were playing. Man City, I think. Spurs Man City, way back in the 90s. And Jason Cundy, one of our central defenders, he'll claim it was a shot. It wasn't. He was clearing the ball. He just hoofed it up the field to get it away, and it went over the goalkeeper's head, and he scored accidentally. But the referee didn't allow it. And yeah, that referee got lots of abuse. Picture me with 6 inch nails typing on a computer like a sassy woman at the DMV. Yeah, it hit the crossbar, came down obviously over the goal line. People in the stands, like hundreds of feet, yards away from it, saw it, and the referee missed it and disallowed it, gave a goal kick. Hang on, how do you give a goal kick if the goal kick is when the ball goes past that line? So the ball went past the line, you're saying, but you're saying it didn't go. But yeah, that was a goal, and we lost. So yeah, that referee got massive abuse every time he refereed a Spurs game in the future. All takes forever to type. Exactly. And some of us are old enough that we got taught how to touch type at school. That's why we have controls now. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Touch type on a proper typewriter with the proper clunky keys, the proper mechanical one. Speaking of mechanical typewriters, there's someone who knows how to type on one. Howdy, Chewy. How you going? Good to see you, my friend. Hope all is well. Did I write with a quill too? I can write with a quill, Jeremy. Yes. I think I forget what class. That might have actually been a history class or something where we actually made our own quills and then wrote our thing with the quill and the ink, dipping it in the ink. And but I still prefer to write with a fountain pen than a biro or a ball pen. Um, uh, yeah, you can't beat a fountain pen for writing with, especially if you're writing cursive. It just looks, it's so smooth and looks awesome. Even with my handwriting, looks good with a fountain pen. Not so good if you're left-handed. Absolute nightmare if you're left-handed. Which is why lefties write with a hand like that, so they don't smear the ink all the way across the page. But we weren't allowed. Yeah, I know you are. Mary's left-handed as well. But yeah, we weren't allowed to write right-handed at primary school. We weren't allowed to write left-handed. We had to write right-handed. Even the left-handed people had to write right-handed because that's the way it was taught. So you can imagine what the left-hander's handwriting looked like by the time we got to high school or middle school even. And then it was decided that they could write with whichever hand they were more comfortable with. And suddenly the handwriting improved overnight. Mine, however, still looked like pants. Some of the greatest dictators in the world are southpaws. And Jeremy's ambidextrous till he writes. Dan's a lefty who does everything else right-handed. So I can do most things left or right-handed. I can write left-handed, but I prefer to do it right-handed because it's just easier. I think, is there anything? I mean, I wear a watch on the wrong. I wear a watch on my right wrist, which should mean I'm left-handed. But to me, it's just sensible because I use my right hand, so it's I don't know. It feels weird on the left hand. It's just the way I did it as a kid, and I've always done it. I'm two-footed though, ambifootrous, as it were. Howdy, Salient. Good to see you. Welcome aboard. Yeah, as I used when I played football, I was definitely two-footed. Play left or right. Didn't bother me at all. Which hand do you scroll? Oh, I can operate a mouse left-handed. Don't you worry, Jeremy. Yeah, I can use a mouse left-handed. That's not a problem. It has got me some interesting looks off of people when like, previous jobs, like helping someone else out of work. And how do you do this? And you're stood on the left-hand side, so you lean over and use your left hand on the mouse, and they're like, "Why are you using your left hand?" Don't ask. Yeah. It's weird because you left click with that finger, not that one. I used to skate. I was goofy, meaning a right foot forward on the board. Yeah, I used to skate goofy too. And I wasn't a skateboarder. I could ride a skateboard like as a form of transport to get from A to B. But yeah, my right foot would be at the front of the board. Left foot for pushing, right foot for balancing. Okay, you just go with what feels comfortable to you, even if it's wrong or backwards. If it works, it works. Experience. Yeah. No, thankfully I don't have any rings. Well, I've got one, but you know. You just realise that the shirt says, "This sucks." Yes. Available from Aquarium Adventures. I'm giving Graham the shout outs because he actually gave me a shout out last night in his stream. So paying the compliment back. Yes, skated. So yeah, skated goofy, football 2-footed. Most other things I've used. Yeah, I'm just weird. I mean, hell, I even smoke on the right side. So you know, probably why the teeth on that side are falling apart. Only sticker now it's got is from Pam. Oh, I've got a bunch of stickers. Actually, where are they? I think I've got Pilo stickers down here. Oh, there's for some reason some people decided they wanted to send me some stickies in the post. Let's see what we got. Grab them all. Now what we got first? We got a Marquee shrimp tanks. We have an Aquarium Adventures. This sucks. We have Fishman Aquatics. Reese. We got another rather funny Aquarium Adventures one. Cock. I think most of these are like one in giveaways and things. So another Aquarium Adventures with a puffer fish, and this blows. Howdy, Dan. How you doing? Another This Sucks. Oh God, I'll show you that one in a minute. On Graham's face. Another This Sucks. And then there's some other weird one. Some other chap who might actually be in chat right now. Good 2 days off, well deserved, definitely. And Andrew's here, Aquarium Daily. How you doing? And I hope the public haven't been too public for you, Dan, lately. One of these days, I'm going to get my butt up there. Now, the reason this is down here is because I've probably shown it before in a stream. But does anyone want to see what a 4-year-old Sharpe looked like? Well, let me know now if you want to see what a 4-year-old me looked like. Oh, Merritt says yes. I'll warn you, there are socks and sandals, and short shorts, and a bad bucket hat. That's me at 4. We'll hold that up for a while so you all have a good look and a good laugh. Yeah, at one point I was skinny. There we go. That's probably going to get screenshotted and go around everywhere now. I would have been Jimmy Savile's favourite. Ironically, Sam, I wasn't much older than that when I did meet Jimmy Savile. Hello, Debs. We're all socks and sandals and beard. Yeah. Yeah, well, we're talking 1980. So, you know, things were a bit different back then. If I tried wearing that outfit now, I'd probably get arrested. Plus, it's way too colourful. All that red and blue. We're all skinny. No McDonald's when we were young. There wasn't, but there was Wimpy and Little Chef. But it was like once, like maybe twice a year as a treat, like birthday, you might go to Wimpy, which was the UK burger bar. I seem to remember the burgers being boiled at one point. They certainly tasted like they'd been boiled anyway. It's amazing when you're little, you can eat all the crap and stay skinny. But then we were out and about and running around and riding our bikes and doing things. Oh, pardon me. Because you paid Tuesday for a hamburger today. Oh dear, bless you. Bit low on funds. It is getting to that time of the month, just before payday. When you work retail, you can easily tell what time of the month it is if you've lost track, because people go from handing you 20s or just with the card or whatever to counting out a pocket full of change and counting out 6 coins to make a pound. Back only different antibiotics for 7 days instead of 3 days. Oh no, what's going on, Debs? We didn't sit still, even when paid. Oh, what's a bike? Yeah. I mean, there was someone who worked with me last summer, and she's moved to a different store closer to home because she thought an NR postcode meant it was in Norwich, not in Norfolk. So she lives in Norwich. She ended up getting a job in Attleborough. But she was last year at uni, so 21, I think, and she didn't know how to ride a bike. And when I said to her, "Oh yeah," she was looking at the new store she was moving to. I was like, "Oh well, yeah, no, it's like 10 minutes by bike. Just cycle." I don't know how to cycle. Is it easy? Thinking, well, yeah, but I've been doing it 40 years. So, oh no. Well, you know what we've got to do, Debs? Big get well hug for Debsy's daughter. And all the positive vibes and healing thoughts going your daughter's way, Debs. I'm assuming that was her in the background of your unboxing video. Holding the camera. But yeah, as I say, A&E tend to give out the high strength antibiotics that the doctors don't. To be honest, I normally end up getting sent to A&E by my doctor most of the time. So no, you need to go to the hospital with that. I can't treat that. You go with wondering, oh yeah, doc, there's something wrong with my arm and my hand's hanging off the end of it. So, you need to go to you need to go to hospital, not me. Okay. More than once I've had the doctor's surgery call an ambulance. Oh, Debs is a grandma too. Yay. Congratulations, Grandma Debs. A&E is hospital. Yes, accident and emergency. So if you've really screwed yourself up and you need to get something stuck back together, casted, or whatever, that's when you go. But apparently the level of injury that I have, or that I would consider worthy of going to the accident and emergency, yeah, most people, yeah, call an ambulance. I just go walking in. Or I go to the doctor and he sends me. Yeah, the emergency room, yeah, same as in America. Yankland. Yes. So, congratulations, Debs. Or as we're going to call you now on, Nanny Debs or Grandma Debs. Thankfully, as I have no children of my own, I will never be a grandfather. Technically, if Mary's kids have kids, then they won't be calling me granddad. They'll be calling me John. We've got that one sorted. Is the infection related to having baby? Possibly. Possibly. That is, it was the daughter. I thought it might be. Granddad John. Yeah, it's not going to happen. I'm not going to be a granddad. Last time I was in hospital, I had meningitis, stuck on a drip for 5 days. Last time I was in hospital, I got told off for leaving my bed and my room ward and going outside for a ciggy. You can't do that. You're supposed to be in bed. Blah, blah, blah. I needed a fag. And yes, the UK colloquialism for a cigarette is a fag. There's a possibility I could actually be a grandfather because there, as I said, there are plenty of years I don't recall very well, and one night stands and stuff that I don't remember, that I've been told about, but I don't remember. And there may well have been children resulting from them, but they'll be over 18, so it's not my responsibility. Son and his partner had baby. First grandbaby. Oh, you're going to be all doty and you're going to be knitting and crocheting booties and hats and bless you. Congratulations, Debs. Thought we're shooting blanks, probably have a great granddaddy. I'll say it's quite scary if you do the maths. Just how many child or grandchild you can have. If you go legally and count it at 17 years, yeah, legally at 34 you can be a grandparent. Which means at 41 you can legally be a great grandparent. Me sick as a dog with meningitis, drags the drip stand out to the side of the road and bang every half hour for a cigarette. That's pretty much what I did, and I got told off for it. So I just said, well, either I'm going to go out for a cigarette or you're going to have to open the windows and close the doors so I can smoke in here. Because I'm either going out for a fag or I'm going to smoke indoors. I thought I was being nice by going outside. Okay, so I was standing in the smoking shelter with where the staff is supposed to smoke. That might have been the problem. Rather than go to where the not customer, not inmate, patient, that's the word, should go. But I went to the closest place because it hurt to walk. What was I in for that time? Oh yeah, it was when I buggered my knee up. Absolutely certain. Yeah, that is the thing for the ladies. Yeah, you're definitely sure if you're a parent. Good evening, Barbara. Right then. Oh, you've got that sorted, haven't you? Sat in the car, letting hubby do the shop. Good idea. Let him deal with the Karens. Unless you're Mormon and at 28 you can be a grandparent. Yeah. There's not a lot else to do when you're a Mormon, let's be honest. Not like they're on their phone or playing Call of Duty. he says. Is that the Mormon? The Mormons or someone? I can't remember all these weird different subsects of religious zealotry. Like for a fact, yeah, exactly. Same language, different country. Oh, uh-oh. Oh, pardon me. Usually we go together. Well, I didn't sleep last night. Coming back from breakfast. There we go. Hopefully you have a doze in the car then. If you go quiet, I'll assume you've just fallen asleep. Which, feel free. I won't be upset. I think I did actually see something the other day that America never formally adopted English as its national language. Just kind of is, but it's not actually formal and in legal documentation. So all the Karens that say, you're in America, you have to speak English or American, yeah, they're actually wrong because it's not the actual official language. So many Karens. We've had a couple this week, but it's kind of understandable when they've come in and yeah, none of the stuff works. No, sorry, we can't take Apple Pay. We haven't got internet. We got 2.5 hours sleep last night. 2 awake after your AD stream. It's all 2:15. Then the humour fry got up at 5. Oh, that's not good, Dan. Get the humour fry off to sleep early and have a nap, unless you've already had a nap. I managed 8 hours last night and then had like a 2-hour nap this afternoon. But I do know the feeling of not having slept. But then me on like 2 hours sleep is pretty much the same as me on 10 hours sleep. So Jerry's wife steals all the nap times. No nap. Got the doom. Oh dear. Yeah. Naps are awesome things. I think it's as a young kid, you get told, you get put down for a nap or whatever, and it's great. Then you get older and you sort of fight it. You don't want to have a nap, and you don't want to go to bed, even though you're overtired. You just don't realise it. Then, as a teenager, you just sleep late in the morning. And then, as you get into your 30s, late 30s, early 40s, you realise that naps are actually really good things. Then you get someone like me who tries to work their entire day around getting a nap in. Yeah, about a year ago, when people talk about fish and fry, I thought of something else. Yep. That happens a lot. Don't worry, you're not alone on that one. And speaking of fry, we do have, fingers crossed, because the last lot vanished. We do have another batch of Pelvicochromis subocellatus babies, wrigglers today. You get 65 and you expected to doze off in your chair. No, I wasn't asleep. I was just resting my eyes. Yeah. Mini insomnia episodes. I don't sleep till 3 or 4. Got to get up. Yeah. I get that too. And I've got no reason to get up. But I'll wake up at 4 in the morning or earlier. And I've got no reason to be up. Then by like 8 o'clock, I'm absolutely shattered. Which is why I prefer working evenings, because it means I can have a nap. Yeah, wish I had a damn chair. Yeah, I just lay down on the sofa, or if the mattress is downstairs, I just lay down on the mattress. Just stick one of my snoozy YouTube channels on in the background. The people who aren't all excited, kind of even toned, videos over an hour long. Yeah, it's good to go for a nap. Problem then is you wake up and it's something completely different playing. It took a nap, not very nice after. Right. I'm sure you're absolutely lovely, Debs. Just need more caffeine. I mean, I'll get odd dreams anyway, but Red Laser's here. How do you do? Ah, yes, because Red Laser donated the bunny plushie to Dan that he won. So Dan gets to forward a bunny plushie to a little one, a human fry. So my grandparents do it, my parents, and that's my son. No, no, I'm not sleeping. I just have my eyes closed. Yeah, just resting my eyes. Hop, 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 huh? Huh? Yeah, yeah. It's not resting your eyes when you're snoring. That's the problem. Is as we get older, we get noisier when we sleep. Thankfully, Mary normally drops off before I do, so her gentle snoring sends me to sleep. And hopefully, my loud, raucous snoring does not wake her up. Lurk away, Andrew. Lurk away. Don't worry about that. It seems to be Mary secretly uses earplugs, quite possibly. Um, yeah, lurking and working is the thing. It's it will stick the stream on, then do some water changes or something with the stream on in the background, and it's all good. Used to snore pretty loud, lost some weight, so I don't much, and now my hubby does it instead. It's either that or your hubby did it all the time and you just didn't hear it over your own snoring, Bob. That's a distinct possibility. I know I've snored loud enough to wake myself up in the past. And Rebecca's inhaled her lunch or dinner and she's back. What did you have? You can't just disappear off to eat something and not tell us what you had. Unless, yeah. You need to tell us what you have for din dins. Just glad they sell you plugs on commissary in prison. Roast beef, not eating all day. Ooh, I need to do something or I'm falling asleep. Um, no, no. I'm not going to suggest that, not in public. And Kenny's here, king of the twerks. How you doing, Kenny? Hope all is well with you and Danny and all the officialies. Yeah, we don't want any live stream tenting going on. Yeah, I only really snore when I'm asleep. That's yeah. it's, it's very rare I snore when I'm awake. I mean, it does happen. My back when I used to work in the brush factory, there I had really bad insomnia at the time. There was a couple of days where I was literally asleep, walking around doing my job. Ironically, probably the days I made the least mistakes. But yeah, I was going around picking orders without actually being awake. No pork pies? Oh no, that's horrific. Cornish pasty. Cornish pasty is good. Yeah, and I am partial to a Cornish pasty. And the little ones are good value as well. They're not necessarily the best Cornish pasties you'll ever have, but they're pretty big, and you get like 3 of them for like 175 or something. So that's a good snack. Go well with some daddy's sauce on. No, no, daddy's sauce does not mean what some of you are thinking. I know what some of you are like, and no, daddy's sauce is a dark brown color, not white and creamy. See you later, Margaret. Sweet dreams, my dear. Half dead. Bless you. Have a kiss goodnight. Love Cornish pasties. They have onions, and yeah, exactly. The onions are good because that means they come out the other end, and then the people at work get to enjoy them as well. Looking at having some pasties delivered. Oh dear. Greg's on Uber Eats, hey? No, onions aren't gross. Onions are awesome. Oh yes. If you go into pretty much any or cafe, not a posh one, a proper caf, kind of one that truckers use, there will always be daddy's sauce on the table and red sauce, which is ketchup. But yeah, it gets called red sauce and brown sauce because that's the colours of them. No Cornish pasties been eaten all day. Well, that's because you had no sleep, Dan. What does daddy's sauce taste like? I'm probably not the best person. Uh, it's kind of vinegary, molassesy, spicy. Hang on, I've got a bottle of brown sauce somewhere. Salad cream isn't yellow sauce. No, salad cream is foul. That's like mayonnaise for people who are vegan. Where's the brown sauce? There we go. Ah, that's the barbecue. Uh, that's the brown sauce around here somewhere. There we go. Brown sauce. Or daddy's sauce. No, Worcester sauce is different. This stuff's kind of thick and gloopy. What's in it? Ingredients: water, barley, malt vinegar, glucose syrup, sugar cane molasses, maize starch, spirit vinegar, date paste, tomato puree, tamarind, salt, ginger, allspice, black pepper, ground cloves, dried garlic, dried chili, ground nutmeg. Your daddy's is a brand of brown sauce. And yeah, rich and tangy. Oh dear, it's vegan as well. That's not good. And contains the tears of onions. Yes. We've got onions, no need to eat it. Yeah, brown sauce is like HP sauce in North America. Ah, yeah, there we go. Yeah, Daddy's and HP. It's basically just two brands of the same thing. kind of tastes a bit like barbecue sauce, but not barbecue. It's got a bit more bite to it than barbecue sauce. Basically, if you mix brown sauce and ketchup, you get barbecue sauce. Donna's made lasagna ready for tomorrow. Aren't you lucky? Get some bread to go with that. Make yourself some lasagna sandwiches. If you've not tried it, trust me, it works. It does refer to the Houses of Parliament. And I don't know if it still does, but HP Sauce used to actually have a picture of the House of Parliament on the front, part of the logo, which is why it came to that. Oh, and Yella's found a link to the Amazon US site for Daddy's Sauce. And you don't want to know about Gentleman's Relish either. That's kind of a cross between coleslaw and tartar sauce. Everything sandwiches. Yeah, there's very few things that can't be improved by adding it to a sandwich. We don't have weird food. We have good food. Americans have ranch dressing, which, as far as I can tell, is just mayo with a bit of ketchup in it. We don't have ranch in the UK. Oh, go away, Windows security. And a Gentleman's Relish as well. Oh, yeah, but Spotted Dick, you see. Oh, yeah, Thousand Island, yeah. I mean, Mary Rose sauce is basically mayo and ketchup as well. But yeah, Spotted Dick and custard is one of those. It's just a comfort food. It's a suet pudding, so it's just heavy and stodgy and warm and filling. Quite why they felt the need to put squashed flies in it, I have no idea. I prefer it without the flies. So just a bowl of dick. I prefer my dick without the spots. Yes. Milk and salt. Ooh. Yeah, we don't do ranch in the UK. Yeah, mayo and ketchup isn't bad with chips. Mayo or ketchup aren't bad. Cheesy chips are good, yes. Chips and gravy is also good. Cheesy chips and gravy is even better. Yeah, there's probably similar things in all the various countries. These have got different names. And I had spotted dick and custard since school. It was the only thing that tasted good in school dinners. Yeah, that is it currants or raisins? I can't remember which it is in spotted dick. Mark's back again. Greetings. One American thing I can't never understand is what is eggnog? Why can you get it in a carton if it's alcoholic? Yeah, I have tried eggnog. It is bloody foul. What a waste of egg. I'd rather just have fried or scrambled eggs. Or soft boiled with soldiers. Oh yeah, soft boiled eggs and soldiers. Although these days, given the price of eggs, soft boiled eggs and soldiers isn't the cheap meal that it used to be. It's kind of a la carte cuisine these days, I guess. Yes, Henry Weston's 3 for a fiver at your local one stop. Um, eggnog's like candy corn. It seems like a good idea at first, but after you just have a little bit, you're good until the next year. Yeah, there's so many foods that we eat like Christmas time that you wouldn't eat any other time of year, like turkey or Christmas pudding. Yeah, you don't. I have had candy corn. You don't want it. Trust me, it's nasty. Imagine sweets that taste like sweet corn. It's just, ugh. Yeah, exactly. And cream eggs, you can only get them at Easter, although they're in the shops already. Um, and if you've not tried a deep fried cream egg, you're missing out. Hard boiled lollies are the devil. That's an English thing, which unfortunately you've got from us. Hard boiled sweets is quite an English kind of thing. Don't forget mince pies. Well, they're foul. No, I'm not northern. I'm just fat. And mince pies are horrific. I need to change the name of them to nasty fruit pie thing or something like that because there's no mince in there. They call it minced meat. There's no meat in it. Ugh. I remember the first time I was given a mince pie. It was my gran. She said, "Oh, do you want a mince pie?" "Oh, yes, please, gran." And here I am expecting a pie with like mince and gravy, and it's full of fruity nastiness. Me doesn't do fruit, never has. Don't like the flavour, don't like the texture. Oh, so there I am. Okay, maybe that's salt on the top of it. Oh, what's that now? Hello, Bob. How you doing? So we've been talking about Daddy's sauce and gentleman's relish again. Need to go back. The original recipe actually had minced meat. Yes, not what they call minced meat now, which is just chopped up and liquidized vegetable fruits. Had deep fried Mars bar. Yeah, the trick with deep fried chocolates like Mars bars or cream eggs is you got to eat your fish and chips first. You get them at the same time from the chippy. You eat the fish and chip first, and by then the deep fried chocolate has cooled down enough to not give you third degree burns of the roof of your mouth. Deep fried haggis. Oh, yeah, I bet that is nice. Because they're meant nut meats. yeah, my brain went to somewhere a bit different with nut meat. Deep fried foods aren't meant to be the same as grim, like whatever curry sauces or things. Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. What qualifies as curry sauce from the chippy is basically gravy with a bit of curry powder thrown into it. Buddy told me just try it. Yeah, deep fried ice cream. Yeah, that makes ice cream edible. As someone with very sensitive teeth to the cold, I don't do ice cream. Deep fried pizza as well. That's a good one. I don't call it almond milk. I call it nut juice. It tends to put people off. Funnily, it's the same as if you call normal milk boob juice. For some reason people don't like that. What we were brought up. Now that's what we ate for the first couple of years of our lives, basically. Oh, pardon me. Yeah, yeah. Moo juice, cow boob juice, fresh squeezed nut juice. Almond milk is just like nasty water. Eggs are bum nuts. Who started all the food chat? Pass. It just happens sometimes. Usually, if someone actually is Rebecca's fault because she came back from having her roast beef, so that's where we got on food. Um, I mean, I'm a piggy, so I've enjoyed the Wigan kebab, which is 6 meat pies on a fire poker. Um, every damn chat is food porn. Eggs are chickens. What female humans have monthly? Yeah, basically. Would you rather bodily functions? Food porn, yes. Bob's eating a gyros. There we go. Or gyro. I think, is it a gyro or is gyros the shop? Oh, pass. Store, sorry. Restaurant. Also, since when did fast food places get called restaurants? They're not restaurants. They're fast food joints. A restaurant is somewhere where you book a table and a reservation, and you go in and you sit down and you have a proper, you wear smart clothes. If you can just walk in on the street, it's not a restaurant. It's a cafe at best. Shawarma on flatbread. Um, well, we know what flatbread is. We just don't have shawarma in the UK. Or crumpets. Crumpets and muffins. Don't forget muffins, Andrew. Can't beat a good English muffin. Sliced in half, toasted, proper butter on it. Yeah, but yeah, crumpets, awesome. You can get them all year round now, so that's a bonus. No, crumpets are awesome. If you've got too much dough in your crumpet, that's because you're not putting enough butter on it. If by the time you've had your 4 crumpets, there's not a puddle of butter on the plate left over, and you've not put enough butter on them. We're in Scottish pancakes as well. Rather have real pancakes. Yes, which these days get called crepes or crepes. He's in special care, doing well. Mum's doing all right. I'd say 6 weeks early. I wouldn't be surprised. English muffins are not crumpets. I know. There's a marked difference. Nice toasted with real salted butter. Exactly. Yes. And this is why all English houses have a toaster. Not necessarily for making toast. There's butter on the plate. You just lick it off exactly. Or you just get a slice of bread and mop it up. Same when you've been frying bacon. That fat in the pan, you don't pour it away. What you do is you get a couple of slices of bread, and you either fry the bread in the bacon fat, or you just use the bread to soak up the bacon fat. Then you put the bacon in between the bread, and I mean, okay, you're going to have a heart attack, but you're going to enjoy it. Yeah, you can't waste that bacon fat. People who put bacon fat in a George Foreman or in the microwave, no. You microwaving bacon, you need to be shot. Yeah, there's a student life. Just stick it under the grill so you don't have to buy a toaster. Uh, yeah, there's someone else you know as well who's done cheese on toast in a toaster. You put the toast in, or you get the toaster, you stick it on its side, get your bread, you butter it, you stick your toast on, you stick your cheese on the bread, slip it in the toaster, push the thing down, and then it goes thump with cheese on toast after about 2.5 minutes. Yes, you can microwave bacon. You shouldn't, but you can. It's absolutely foul. Costco sells pre-cooked bacon. You just pop in a microwave for 30 seconds. Quick, easy, and delicious. Yeah, again, American bacon and English bacon are different things. We have streaky bacon. There's a lot more fat in English bacon, and we don't do all the maple and God knows what on it. It is literally bits of sliced pig belly. Yeah. Same with pork scratchings. Pork scratchings are awesome as well. They're not the same thing as pork cracklings or pork rinds. And the only downside of pork scratchings is occasionally you'll get some with hair on them, and then very occasionally you'll get one with a nipple. You tend not to eat that one. We have real meat, yes. Had bones in English bacon when I was in Spain. That'd be probably in Spain. Is it Serrano? Yeah. Pig was sick, had to be cured. And thank you for being a member for a whole 13 months, Bob. There's just bacon in any shape or bacon is just awesome. It is the cure for veganism. Yeah, so when people say, "Why don't you become a vegetarian or vegan?" I just go, "Bacon," and there is no argument they can make that will win. At least market you. Why doesn't that surprise me? That's what they say about pigs. You use everything but the yoink. And let's be honest, Norm. Yes, we talk bacon, and you can guarantee Norm will turn up. How you doing, Mara? Hope all is well with you. Cure for veganism and vegans. Bacon, sausage, scrambled egg, and pancakes. Wouldn't say the pancakes go well with bacon, sausage, bacon, and egg, but I'd be more likely to have fried bread with it. Yeah, all good here, Norm. Hope you and your family are all doing well too. Give the geezer a hug for me, as usual. Obviously, tell her it's from me, because otherwise she won't accept the hug from you. None of you are probably aware, I'm talking about Norman's wife. Maple syrup. No, no, no. No. Still breathing with it. It still upsets people. I have no doubt it does. Actually, if anyone's heard me telling the story about someone buying some model kits secondhand and they had a certain aroma to them that wasn't cigarette based, it was rotting dead human smell. Norm there is the guy that bought them. Dwarf pigs at the dwarf pig Elise, very cute. Micro bacon. Yeah, it's just called a piglet. It's like when people say that fish only grow at the size of the tank. Oh no, pigs only grow at the size of their surroundings. Oh shit. I think they did breed a pig that does stay smaller, but a lot of people fell for it and bought micro pigs that weren't so micro. They turned out to be normal pigs. Ended up like 5 foot long and about half a ton in weight. Jerry, I was thinking, anyway, it's dead body. Yeah, Norm, stick it in chat. Yeah, that smell. Had to throw all the boxes, instructions, and decals out. Watch all the sprues. Yeah, Now, this is the problem with a lot of modelers. They tend to be on the older side, and as they spend a lot of time at their bench, and a lot tend to be singletons, shall we say. Quite a few do tend to pass away in their man cave and might not be discovered for a few days or weeks, and then there's a slight aroma. I mean, the one thing for certain, Norm's never going to complain about buying a kit that smells a bit smoky anymore. Yeah. And now Mark wants to eat some spit roasted suckling pig. Oh, don't we all? We all fancy a bit of spit roasting every once in a while. It's only a patience thing if you go slow. I mean, if you build at normal speed, then yeah. If you build at my speed, then you don't need patience. I mean, one of the jokes used to be that I'd have one model on the bench that I was building with my hands, and another one I'd be building under the bench with my feet because of the speed I was building them at. The other joke was, "Oh, a speed build? What you mean a build?" RC cars painted up with balling. Oh, one of these days I will get all my RC cars out and do a video of them. Yeah. I think Norm's seen my RC cars. He knows I've got a little collection. No, that smell. Downstairs, nobody died in summer. No one found them for a week. Yeah, it is. I mean, I don't know the smell. Apparently, it is kind of pervasive and sticks with you. See you later, Andrew. And if anyone doesn't already tune in, if you go to Aquarium Daily at 7 p.m. East, 7 p.m. GMT, which is 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, on Saturdays, there's an awesome stream there as well. Lots more food talk and usually more fish talk than you'll find here as well. I may have a few 4x4s, Jeremy. Pope-mobile, Roman Catholic. Yeah, I mean, you say that. I mean, we go back to the fireworks, and I have attached fireworks to radio control cars in the past. There we go. Thank you, Yellow, with the linky poo to Aquarium Daily's channel. No worries. Always got to shout out. Yeah, I've been doing this long enough to know the the UK Eastern Standard Time is -5 hours. Central Time is -6. Pacific -7. Hawaii is what the hell. Used to bury M80s or GI Joes, or as we used to call them, Action Force. Yeah, I did that as a kid as well, but we stuck the M80 or the firecrackers in a small pot with petrol as well, so we'd get fireball as well. Safe? No. Lighting a fuse on a and then dropping it into a thing full of petrol is not a good idea. Trust me. But then I know someone who went to refill their motorbike with fuel, petrol, took the gas cap off, looked down, couldn't see where the fuel level was, got his lighter out to have a look. Yeah, lost most of his hair and his eyebrows. Well, maybe he probably used most of the petrol up as well, but yeah. John Molotov show. Yeah, I've done all the silly things. I'm surprised I've still got all my bits as well. I mean, some of them don't work properly, but I've got them all. Most of them are scarred. I wonder what the resale value is on a Pokemobile. One careful owner. Bulletproof. Probably get a decent value on one. Mind you, are they Fiats underneath? I think they are, aren't they? Sam, Tony, and Stu say hello. Hello. Hello back. And hugs. If we're talking about Sam and Tony and Stu, I think I am. I think we are. Insults. You know. Of course, Sam an Irishman, Tony a Ouija. Job done. How to upset two of your friends the easy way. Give it 5 minutes, I'll have them in here turn me off. Even after working on all the sketchy equipment, I still got them. Last guy who replaced me lost 4 fingers in a 2-inch drive belt. Ouch. Yeah, there's a difference between having a slight accident and going, oh, having quick enough reactions, and yeah, I'd rather have the slight injury many times than the bad one once. Howdy, Ricky. Just in time to finish. Yeah, as I say, I will always be known in the modelling community as that guy that superglued his head to his workbench. So, or flicked molten solder onto his bare thigh, or had some very interesting takes on how to accelerate things from 0 to 100 real fast. When people pee me off, they find out real fast that they pee me off. Um, never do things by halves. Broke a bone falling up the stairs. I've broken my feet so many times I don't care to remember. Last couple of times I didn't even bother doing anything. I just carried on as normal, just with a bit of a limp. Um, Actually, Norm, were you there that time I glued my head to the bench? I know it was in a hangout. I can't remember who was there. Only broken 2 toes, fingers, and collarbone. I've broken so many bones I can't recall. I've fractured my skull at least twice. Broke my nose 5 times, I remember. All my fingers, at least once. 8 or 9 ribs, something like that. Leg, feet. Yeah, keep it that way, Steve. It's a how did I manage to glue my head to the bench? Quite simply, I had a puddle of super glue on the bench because I was doing some work with brass and resin. And I dropped a piece on the floor, bent over to pick it up, and leant my head on the bench while I was doing it. And when I went to stand back up, or when I went to sit back up, my head didn't come. I'm just getting dressed in the mornings, pretty much. Um, yeah, so thankfully I had a bottle of acetone at very close hand. So I managed to acetone my head to get it off the bench. Concussions are fun, yeah, I've had more of them than I can remember. Broke all my ribs, sternum, clavicle, jaw in 2 places, 3 plates, 12 screws in my jaw, eye or both shoulders, lacerated spleen, punctured my lungs, had a piece of metal go 3 inches in the back of my head. I'm guessing that was a car accident. But ouch. Yeah, I tend to do one thing at a time, not all of them at once. didn't come there are pills for that problem. That there are. And speaking of which, it is my time to be done. So if you're going to go to Corey's stream, the Aquarium Co-op, we'll go with hashtag hashtag bacon. We'll go with that one. At some point, enough people are going to go in there and start putting hashtag bacon or whatever the hashtag is. He's going to take notice. But anyway, thanks everybody for showing up. Hope you all have a wonderful week. Stay safe. Don't do it. Oh, yeah, there we go. Good one, Jeremy. Hashtag daddy's sauce. There we go. That's going to get you kicked out. But yeah, have fun. Stay safe. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Anyone that's feeling a bit down, hope you feel better. Have fun. And as Yella says, Sunday sharp do 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 do. Sunday sharp do 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 do. Sunday sharp do 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 do. Ah. Ooh, powering down. Sharpie is flat.